Hey everyone, it's Jonathan Lopez with the Glary Ross Group at Kentwood Real Estate here with your market update. Today I have a special guest with me. Let me introduce John Pavlakovich with Prosperity Home Mortgage. John's one of our trusted lenders and is here today to talk to us about interest rates. So John, let's start with where were mortgage interest rates at the beginning of the year relative to where they are today?
Yeah, thanks for having me, John.
You're welcome.
So we started off of the year at near historic lows with interest rates. A conventional 30-year fix was right around 3%, and in today's market, a conventional 30-year fixed mortgage is just above 5%.
Got it. Okay, so since the beginning of the year, interest rates are up a little over 2%.
Yeah, they actually were up a little bit higher, but they came down recently, which is in the buyer's favor, obviously.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. So help us understand, what does a 2% rise in interest rates mean for the real estate market?
Yeah, simply put, less buying power. So a good rule of thumb is for every 1% increase in rates, buying power decreases about 10%. So with rates up a little bit higher than 2% since the beginning of the year, it's equivalent to a 20% reduction in buying power.
That's pretty significant.
Yeah, let me share an example.
Okay.
So for a $500,000 loan, this buyer's lost approximately $100,000 in buying power since the beginning of the year. Put another way, the same $500,000 loan costs the buyer $576 more per month relative to the beginning of the year.
So $576 more expensive to borrow today than it was at the beginning of the year.
You got it. It's pretty substantial.
No question. Let's look forward. Where do you see interest rates going for the rest of the year?
Good question. So everything that we're hearing and reading is indicating we're in a rising interest rate environment. The Federal Reserve is going to continue to raise rates in an effort to tame inflation. There could be as many as 2 more rate increases this year. The Federal Reserve is meeting in September and November. So knowing this, we believe mortgage rates will continue to rise throughout the rest of the year until the Fed feels like inflation is under control.
That makes sense.
Yep. However, what's interesting is that home prices really haven't come down.
You're right, and I'm glad you said that, John. I've been getting a lot of questions lately from folks. When are prices coming down? Well, my short answer is they aren't, right? Even though we're in an elevated interest rate environment and buyers' purchasing power is down, our market is still starving for inventory. There simply aren't enough homes for our buyers to buy, and builders can't build them fast enough. What we are starting to see slow is the rate of price appreciation. So I think it's safe to say we can no longer just plant our lawn chairs out front and expect our homes to increase in value by 20% each year. Where I do think we're headed is towards a more sustainable single-digit year-over-year growth environment.
So you can speak to what this means for buyers in today's market.
No question. So for buyers, number one, it means less competition. There's increased inventory and then there's decreased demand because of the higher interest rates. So they no longer need to necessarily pay significantly over ask with zero contingencies. They obviously have more homes to choose from and can be more selective as well. So there's an age-old adage in real estate, you marry the house but only date the interest rate.
I've been saying that one a lot lately.
The bottom line is buying a home is still a smart decision to build wealth today and tomorrow. Doing so with the right research and strategies in mind can help weather the volatile economy that we find ourselves in.
Yep. And what about sellers in this market?
Yeah, good question. So for sellers, as interest rates continue to rise and our market continues to shift towards equilibrium, buyers, as we mentioned, will continue to be more selective. They have more options. This means sellers can no longer get away with simply sticking a sign in the front yard and expecting 20 offers. Prices are still significantly up, and we expect that to continue, although on a more modest pace. However, more now than ever, you need a true real estate expert, someone who knows how to properly prepare and market your property if you want top dollar. Special thanks to John Pavlakovich for joining us today and offering a great perspective. That's a wrap for today's update. Until next time.